connect. Talking the talk with Kate and Jim. I'm walking the walk, just listening. The perfect match, Kate and Jim. Getting at it, Kate and Jim. I'm gonna smash it. Reviews, previews, opinions and laughter. Mixing transfer news is what you're after. The perfect match, Kate and Jim. Getting at it, Kate and Jim are gonna smash it. Reviews, previews, opinions and laughter. Mixing transfer news is what you're after. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. Keeps a positive spin while Kate's doing the Mickey hazard name dropping. Gets you out of the blue like let me stop rubbing, or she's flip flopping. How this place is popping. The perfect match, Kate and Jim, getting at it. Kate and Jim, I'm gonna smash it. Reviews, previews, opinions and laughter. Mixing transfer news is what you're after. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. Jimbo always keeps a positive spin while Kate's doing the Mickey hazard name dropping. Gets you out of the blue like let me stop rubbing, or she's flip flopping. How this place is popping. Perfect match, Kate and Jim, getting at it. Kate and Jim are gonna smash it. Reviews, previews, opinions and laughter. Mixing transfer news is what you're after. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. Jim always keeps a positive spin while Kate's doing the Mickey hazard name dropping. Gets you out of the blue and let you stop rubbing, or she's flip flopping. How this place is popping. Always keeps a positive spin while Kate's doing the Mickey hazard name dropping. Gets you out of the blue like let me stop rubbing, or she's flip flopping. How this place is popping.
Welcome back to Kate and Jimbo. Hope you are all well. It is the 10th of December, the premiere of our Christmas intro made lovingly by our wonderful son, who is just a genius. So, yeah, you know it's Christmas now because the Perfect Matches Christmas intro is in play. Jimbo, how are you feeling today on this cold, wet, horrible December day?
How a few weeks changes in football. A few weeks ago, they were screaming Frank out. This player ain't good enough. What's Shabby doing at our club? Moani ain't worth a toss. Right? How many people were saying that? In fact, I did hear some muppet last night saying Shabby's a shit player. But it's a week, 2 weeks in football changes everything. You know, everyone was down and 3 losses on a row, and look now.
Exactly that. It's a week is a long time in football, and it's been a good week. Draw at Newcastle, win at Brentford, and then a convincing win against Slavia Prague last night. And of course, great to see Sonny's lovely face at Tottenham again last night. But let's have a look who's in the chat. We have got Paul G, big up Paul, says afternoon, Kate Jimbo, good result and performance last night, a good week or so. Exactly that. Big up Leo, who says, morning, my homies. 5:30 a.m. here. I've got to say, watching all the Sonny content has given me a major case of FOMO. I know what a beautiful human he is. Absolutely lovely guy. Afternoon, Shemtan says, afternoon, Princess Kate and Jimbo. Hope you're both doing great today. Good game last night and great to see Sonny and his lovely smile again one more time. Yep, exactly. Matt's in the house saying, Harry Christmas. Big up, Paul. Yeah, big up, Matt. Big up, Paul, for being a member for 19 months. You legend. Subdue Lights here says the intro was brilliant. The players popping up. Thank you. I shall pass on that to my son. Says, hope everyone's good. We are good. Thank you. Hope you're well. Big up to you, Ian. Good to see you. Paul G says, very good intro. Yeah, it's a genius. I don't know where he gets it from. Well, I do. This is definitely his mum's side. And we have got Paddy Hartnett. Top of the morning to you, Paddy, saying, Jimbo, the treble's back on, mate.
Just the treble, Paddy, not the quad. I think we've messed up the Premier League this year. Next year we'll get the quad back on. But the treble one, baby. And I don't like it when people say we can't win the Champions League.
No, the treble's not on, Jim. If you're discounting the Premier League, the double's on because we're out of the Carabao Cup.
Oh, all right. Look, the double's on. I think we've messed. I think we've messed the Premier League up, haven't we? But next year it'll be on. I forgot we was out of the Carabao Cup. We can win the Champions League. Don't know why people think we can't. Of course we can.
Just to say, guys, it is a members show. If anyone does want to come on and have their say, the members link is on the homepage under the posts section. 3 cups on the way. Yes, please. Indeed, that would be nice. Jimbo, while it's just us, I want to start by saying how nice it was to see Sonny back. Obviously, the footage was out all day on Tottenham Twitter yesterday of the mural being revealed, of Sonny signing the mural and having photos taken in front of it. What did you make of his speech at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium last night?
Yeah, he's just lovely, and he's just look, forget his football. I forget how good he was for us for 10 years. What a human being. If there was more humans on the planet like Sonny, it'd be a better place, wouldn't it? He's just a lovely human being. Lovely to see him back. I was thinking last night, I hope when we see him back like regular, you know, and they let him do that, let's go on and just give everyone a wave. He's just he's a Premier League legend. And I always thought, I said last night on the pump up, I always thought he was a legend, but lifting that cup has elevated him to you know, one of the top 5 legends of our club of all time for me.
It was funny because I watched the Twitter on Tottenham put a little snippet up of after the match he went to see Romero and Richarlison, and they were laying on the beds having their massages, and Richarlison said to the camera, this guy, Sonny, won a trophy because of me. And Son went, what? And he won a trophy because of me. And Sonny went, no, it's because of Brennan. Really humble, lovely guy. I just hope that when he finishes his footballing career in LA or wherever it may be, that he comes back as an ambassador for Spurs. Yeah. He's just a wonderful
what a human being. To me, right, as a human being, he's in the same bracket as Mickey Hazard.
Yeah. And you know what? It probably did really lift not only the players last night, but the crowd as well to have Sonny back. Yeah. And I know there's been a lot of rumours about Solanke, that things have happened behind the scenes with him. I don't think if something really bad had happened with Solanke, he would have been allowed at the ground last night. If there was something, you know, I saw someone mention it in the pump up, Joey Barton mentioned it in here. If something untoward had gone on with Solanke, they would be keeping him as far away from the club as possible. So I don't think there's anything sinister in that. But yeah, it was great to see him last night. Ian says, listen, we won last night and that breeds confidence, but it wasn't a good performance. Sloppy passing. If Kane and Sonny were playing, they would have both had a hatful of goals. Do you agree with that, Jim?
Well, I look, it was never going to be a real easy game, right? Because there's no real easy game in the Premier League. I don't think they were fantastic.
Or the Champions League.
Champions League, sorry. They're meant to be very, very good in their league, right? That they play some wonderful football, but when they come up outside of their league, it's a lot harder for them. I just seen someone put about if they had a finisher, but look, we could have had a hatful of goals. Their keeper played excellent. I think it was a good all-round performance, you know. And I've heard people saying, especially on the terrace, people saying it was only 2 penalties and an own goal. Doesn't matter where the goals go in, as long as they go in. And I thought there were good passages of playing football, some good defending. Yeah, for me, it's just a good all-round game. I don't think we was that sloppy.
Nor do I.
I thought that every game, Pete, there's wayward passes. But overall, I thought it was a really good game for us. And the main thing is what someone just put: winning breeds winning.
The thing is, Ian, you could say if they had a good finisher, but if their keeper hadn't had a worldie, we would have scored probably another 4 or 5. So it's all ifs, buts and monkey nuts. I never felt like we was in trouble. They had one goal that they shot wide, which should have been a goal. They should have scored. But apart from that, I don't think they had many clear-cut chances. And I didn't think we was particularly sloppy. I thought it was a good performance. Paul said, is it any coincidence that since your passionate speeches are back, Jimbo, we start getting results? Just saying.
Yeah, I think they're filtering it to the changing room.
I think you were the problem. You know, we took that break and it was all your fault.
It was very hard to get up for passionate speeches, you know, towards the end of last season and a little patch in this season. Sometimes it's very difficult to get up for a passionate speech, but I'm back and they're passionate and they're back.
Son and Ledder's ambassadors, 100%. We was very lucky last season to go up and meet Ledley King, and what a wonderful guy he is, Jim. What a lovely human.
Well, we met him. We was lucky enough to meet him, right? And I swear to God, you would have thought he was just your mate from around the corner. The way he spoke
thanked us, didn't he? He thanked us for going to see him. It was like, what?
We had a chat with him. It was like you were just talking to your mate around the corner. He was so nice to us.
Soft-spoken, kind, just a humble man.
We were very lucky to have that opportunity.
Yeah, 100%. Paul says Sonny's a true gent. He loves the club and the club loves him. Mutual respect. Yeah, 100%. Big up Steve says, thoughts on game yesterday and 2 wins in a row. This could be a sign they go on a good form. Yeah, we've got to keep it up against Forest away. I
think, look, the way I look at it is I'm looking at the actual football, right? And I think we look a lot more confident. I think that we look a lot better going forward. The passages of play, they're connecting better together. I think they looked a little bit disconnected some games. You know, like they wasn't sure where the other player was, but they seem to be really connected at the minute, and they know what's going on the pitch. It seems to be sinking in, and I think it's helped that the last few games he's kind of kept the core of the team. You know, I think that helps a lot.
To be fair, Ian, I don't know if Richie hit it right at the keeper. The keeper done an incredible save. It come off here. It was kind of a reaction. I don't really blame Richie for that. Good games by Archie and Javi, 100%. Archie Gray looks like he's getting confidence. Paul says, nice one, guys. Glad you're back on a regular basis. We was lucky we met Ledley, Ozzy and Mickey Hazard. And Leo was with us. And Ozzy Ardiles signed my boob, which was hilarious because he didn't know where to put his hand to sign it. It was so funny. What a funny guy he is, Jim.
Yeah, he's hilarious.
He's so funny.
Yeah, him and Mickey Hazard are a win double.
Yeah. Ian says, all I'm saying is if we play a top European club like Bayern and Barca, then what do you guys think will happen? Well, Barca play high line for life, suicide football, so anything could happen. I agree. I think if you play someone like Bayern, we could well come unstuck, but like we did against Arsenal, but we're a work in progress.
I disagree. I think at the minute, right? We looked when we played Arsenal, very disconnected, very standoffish. I think we've gone that one step further where they're looking more assured. They get more confidence in each other, especially now Moani and Xavi's come into it and are playing well. I think that on a one-off game, right? I think Tottenham will give anybody a game now. And I think going forward, we're just going to get stronger and stronger. That's why I say we can win the Champions League. People laugh at me, right? You get out this group stage, which we win our next 2 matches, right? We're going to should automatically go through, right? If we get another 6 points. So even if we go in the playoffs and we get through the playoffs, a one-off game, right? Anything can happen. We've seen this with us playing PSG. You know, it was only individual errors, 2-2 the first one, individual errors the second game that cost us, you know, and we wasn't in a massively good place when we played PSG. I just think in a one-off game, we could beat anyone on our day. So we can win the Champions League as far as I'm concerned. I'm looking that we're going to win it. And that's me.
Well, I like your optimism. That would be amazing. Just for you, Subdue Light, I don't know if you could see that. There's me and Jimbo with old leathers at the Tottenham Stadium. Proper nice guy. Paul said, I met Ledley at Peppa Pig World last year. He didn't want to take a picture as he was with his family, but he knew I was a Spurs fan. It was really approachable, nice guy, lovely guy. Steve says, I know Spurs have Forest next, but next home game, looking forward to that. Liverpool on poor form, but got a great score yesterday. Yeah, Liverpool. And I think as well that the games against Dortmund and Frankfurt will be more of an indicator of where we are. They're a higher level than Slavia Prague. So it'll be interesting to see how we get on against those. Those teams are some top teams we are building, but a masterclass could also happen. Exactly. In the Champions League, you play less games to win it, but in the Premier League, over 38 games.
Yeah.
Matt says Jimbo is the double on, pal.
Well, for me, yes, we could well win the double.
What, the Champions League and the Carabao and the FA Cup?
Yeah, of course we could win it. Why can't we win them? Why not? Why? We're in it. We got Aston Villa at home, right? We ain't got a bad record against Aston Villa, and we can, as I said to you, we get through the group stages. It's one-off games, right? We can beat anyone on our day.
I'm waving the white flag just to say that the views of Jimbo are not reflected by everyone on this channel.
Well, I think I believe we can win the double. Of course we can.
Ian says after the league phase, it goes home and away knockout. Love your optimism, Jimbo, but I don't think we will reach the last 8. Well, we were almost guaranteed to get through to the knockout stages, but if we were to win our last 2 games, we could get in the top 8 and actually automatically make it through.
We will get in the top 8. I'm confident of that. Very confident.
We really wanted Liverpool to drop points yesterday. It would have been a help. Leo says that was one of my favourite days in life, homies. Yeah, it was a great day, Leo. It was a great day, even though the football was rubbish. Spending it with you and then meeting the legends after the game. It was a day I'll never, ever, ever forget.
And we got Mickey Hazard to thank for that because he said,
Mickey Hazard, the absolute legend, who I've got to say, legend on the bench have now laid. They were aiming to hit 60 by the end of the year. We're now on the 10th of December and they've laid 80 benches. He literally doesn't get a day off. He is constantly busy. So big up Mickey Hazard and all the team at Legend on the Bench who are doing such a wonderful job. Subdue Light says, I tell you what, I'd bloody love the FA Cup. Yeah, wouldn't that be nice?
We've got Villa at home, right? And thanks, Matt. We've got Villa at home, right? We haven't got a terrible record against Villa. Villa's always a 50-50 game, right? If we get past Villa, it's onwards and upwards. It's going to be a hard game. I've got no illusions about that. It's going to be difficult.
Very difficult.
But we can beat Villa. Of course we can.
Yeah, it is going to be difficult, but you never know what is going to happen. Big up, Jane. Good to see you, my love. Hope you're well. It says, was lovely to see Sonny last night. What a lovely man. Yeah, one of the best. Afternoon, Ben says, job done last night. Could have done better, but we're gaining some style. I think, we're kind of seeing an identity develop, which is what we've all been craving. I think he got the sort of pragmatic side sorted, and now he's working on the going forward. And yeah, I've enjoyed watching the last two matches, which is nice. Did anyone see how shit Chelsea were last night? No, we was watching Tottenham, but I did see the dodgy penalty. Was it the Liverpool game? Horrendous decision. These penalty decisions just blow my mind. Villa going to be tough.
It's not for everyone winning the Champions League on a Tuesday night. It's just
No,
not for everybody.
It's like beating Leeds away. It's not for everyone either.
Not for everyone, no.
Don't forget, guys, if you want to join the stream and you're a member, the link is on the community page. Yeah, Vertz's dive, horrendous. How that went to VAR and they still gave it, I have absolutely no idea.
We'd have been eighth in the table.
Yeah,
if Adler won.
Obviously, Jim, we touched on Jindřich Stanek, who is the keeper for Slavia Prague, who set the tone after 40 seconds with that save from Richarlison's attempt on goal. Two penalties, Kudus banging one home, Simons getting the other one. But we really had a handful of chances. It could have been 4, 5, 6. Just couldn't finish our dinner, really.
Yeah, but that's football, Kate. You know, I mean, it doesn't. You didn't. Have you really seen me mention that? I only mentioned it when you mentioned it. Look, it's football. You have days like that where the keeper has a blinder, you know, and look, it's what makes football great, because it without their keeper having a blinder, it would have been 6 or 7, right? Yeah. That's why I love football matches, because he brought a lot of excitement as well. I mean, that save from Richie was just off the planet, and that's why I love football. So, but we won 3-0, so I'm happy with that. And some of the saves he made were fantastic, and it's football. You know, I never sit there after thinking, oh, if only. It's the game. His job is to save the ball going in the net, and he was fantastic at it last night. So I take my hat off to him.
The first goal, the own goal, that came from a fantastic Porro corner and a brilliant
header
from their player to put it in the back of the net.
If our striker would have done that, we'd be saying what a good header.
It was a beautiful goal. I mean, the corner was brilliant from Porro. He's very good at taking set pieces, but he's a bit up and down. But it was a superb own goal. So yeah, that was a great goal. And then of course you had the Kudus penalty. How much good confidence will that bring to him? I know it's a penalty, but even so, you've still got to score it.
Yeah, of course.
And it was a good penalty.
I mean, you just got to look at him after. He got the stall, sat in the corner. All the players got round him. Spence went and got a stall, right?
Yeah, that was funny.
But it brings them together more. You know, like when Xavi scored, you know, everyone went over and give him a cuddle. He's like a kid to me, right? And he's like a kid. If things ain't going right, he looks so unhappy, like he's going to cry. But when things go right for him, he lights up like a Christmas tree. I mean, he was just so happy yesterday. You could see when he scored the penalty at the end of the game. He's one of these players that he's a really he is. Yeah, it's confidence, but you can see it really affects him when he doesn't play well and we don't play well. You can see him, you know, it really hurts him. But when we're playing well and we're winning, he looks a completely different person.
Yeah.
Well, I love Xavi. You know what? I said it yesterday and I'd say it again now. I wouldn't swap Xavi for Eze. Right? They can stick Eze up their arse as far as I'm concerned. I love Xavi and I think he's going to end up a better player. Right now, Eze's a better player than Xavi, right? But I think that Xavi is going to end up a better player than Eze.
And I was going to come on to Xavi. He actually got player of the match. And I think he is, I said to you this morning, he is the epitome of a confidence player, because you do see his whole persona change. But I thought he was excellent again yesterday. Little tricks and flicks. He wanted to take the first penalty, but he took the second one. I know the keeper got a hand to it, but it was too powerful for him. And yeah, I think I think Frank's got to carry on playing him regular, keep building his confidence up. He's getting stronger all the time. You can see it in his mannerisms. And yeah, really excited about the prospect of him in the future.
This is what I think, right? I think he's going to end up a legend at this club. I really do. I can see that he's going to grow into this club, and they'll start building a team around him. And I just think he's going to end up a massive part of this football club from now and going forward.
You said you would have liked to have seen Sonny and Xavi play together.
Can you imagine? What a combination that would have been. I think that they would have complemented each other. But
I know.
I'm really excited about Xavi.
Kudus said last night he wishes that he'd have played with Sonny for a long time. But yeah, look, Romero and Polina should have been sent off. Look, if you're going down that road, then the guy that gave the penalties away should have been sent off 1,000,000%. I think Paulinho was. I think Joe Hart said it right on commentary. Tottenham really went hard at it yesterday with really intense tackles, and there really wasn't that need because Slavia Prague aren't that great. But I'm not sure. I think anyone should have been sent off from our team. There was yellows, rightly so. I mean, unfortunately, Van der Ven got a yellow, so he misses the next game, which is a real pain in the arse. But did you think any of our players should have been sent off?
Which, if you remember, what was the first thing I said to you when that guy tackled Porro and they give the penalty? Before he the card out, what did I say?
That shouldn't be a red card.
I said I hope they don't give him a red card.
But then you rewatched it and said, actually, you're right. It should have gone.
Yeah, you could never ever argue if they give him the red card, right? But I didn't want him to get sent off, that guy, because I think that it would have kind of killed the game a bit for them. And we was always going to win that game, so I prefer to see 11v11. But the Paulinho one, I don't know if they'd give it. I suppose we couldn't have cried about it because it was his studs were up, weren't they?
Yeah.
But, I'm just glad no one got sent off and it ended up 11v11.
Big up, Wayne. Yeah, do you know what? We did play well. He said, from the highlights, I saw these chances with balls into the box with Richie. They're the kind of balls Johnson would put away. Yeah, look, I think their keeper, like I say, just had a bit of a worldie last night. Paul asked, what's your thoughts on Tell, Jimbo?
I think Tell's going to really come on over the rest of this season. He looked really sharp when he came on yesterday, and I think he needs to get a run. And I would stick him out on that left and give him a run of 3 or 4 games. I would, if I was the manager.
Yeah, I like him. I know he gets so much stick, but I see something in him. And when he came on, he was trying. He crossed a couple of good balls in. Yeah, and I think he's going to do well in the Champions League for us. You want to know the truth? I'm so glad he's been added to the squad. I think he's going to show some class in the Champions League. So, yeah, I'm hopeful. And I thought Odebert, I mean, Jimbo, you was critical of him in the pump up. Maybe you should do that more often because I thought he was very good last night.
Yeah, I'm an apology. I thought he played well.
Yeah. He did play well.
It takes time to get to know the manager's system, and it gets time for the manager to know what players to find the spine of the team. You're never going to have a full team all the time. You're always going to have a spine of a team, right? And players come in for other players, you're going to get injuries. So as long as you can get the spine of the team, and I think that he's starting to see that now, and we're starting to see the results. I think he's tinkered too much. And the last few games, he hasn't tinkered that much. You know, he said there was going to be changes yesterday, and he changed a couple of players.
Yeah. I was going to say something. Hang on, let me think for 1 second. This menopause brain fog is just a nightmare. We was talking about sugar. It's gone. Van der Ven has looked quite aggressive lately. But yeah, it was a stupid yellow, like Ben said. But it is what it is. Letizia, you're right. He never scored a normal goal. All these goals were worldies. And do you know what? Archie Gray, I thought he was very good again last night. Oh, I know what I was going to say. Let me quickly say it. I was reading the player reviews last night, and they were talking about Odebert, and they said the balls that he was putting in were that good. It makes you wonder why Frank hasn't given him a good run in the team. But I think he's still, like Frank's admitted, he's still trying to work out his best 11. But I don't think Odegaard done himself any harm last night at all.
No, and you've got to think, Kate, as well. These are young guys, right, that have come into a big club. Tottenham is a big club, right? And he needs to work with these players before he just shoves them in on the pitch. If you just throw them in, right, and they don't do well, they're going to become, you're right, Dan, they're going to become disliked by the fans, right? And they're going to be become a bit of an outcast. He needs to train them. He needs to get in their heads and what he wants from them. He needs to build them up, make them stronger, right, and make them better players. Introduce them bit by bit, and I think he's done the right thing with what he's doing with them, right. I think he's done the right thing the way he's handled them. For me, Frank he's a very good man-manager, right, with the players. I think that he's very good with them. You could tell after the game the way he is. He went round and put his arm round Xavi and he gave him a cuddle and he was talking to him, and I think the way he handles them is really good. For me, just putting players like Tel Odegaard and throwing them in the deep end is not good. He needs to work with them, and I think that's what he's done over the last 4 or 5 months. Worked with them, and now he's starting introducing them. Look at Gray, right? He was getting bit parts under Frank, and now he's starting to establish himself. The same happened with Bergvall.
I don't want to be one of these people that gets accused of being a happy clapper that just bigs up all our players. A lot of people have got a lot to say about that, but I am really impressed with the way that Archie Gray's developing. I know Luba will be sitting there with a big smile on his face if he could hear this. But I think he's coming on leaps and bounds. You can see he's growing in confidence. He's another one who looks stronger. And I'm really impressed with him. I don't know what you think, Jim.
Well, look, the thing with Frank is he has one-on-one sessions, right? He's got a guy that has one-on-one sessions with him as well. And I think that it's very important with these young players that you do it properly and you introduce them properly and work with them properly, And I think this is what Frank's a master at. You could see it at Brentford. How he did it at Brentford, and what a team they become. And I just got so much faith in Frank that he will bring this team along. And you got to remember, right, he's going to buy players that are going to fit in, So as a few windows go by, we get stronger and stronger. And I honestly believe, and you can clip this, anybody, right, over the next few seasons, you'll see us fighting for the Premiership under Frank.
Whoa, big talk from Jimbo. Big talk. Big up, Moon Dog. Hello, my lovely. Thank you so much for our mugs. On Monday, we did a stream. I posted your link and pinned it at the top. I showed your lovely mugs off. And I'm going to put another post on the community page. What a kind and thoughtful person you are. Not only with your super chats, but you put the biggest smile on our faces because me and Jim, being a little bit older, we like to have hot chocolate at night when we're watching the telly. And they're our new hot chocolate mugs because our Tottenham ones are on display. We refuse to use them. They're too lovely. But these are our Christmas movie mugs. And I think I'm going to order one for William's girlfriend as well. I'm going to have a go on your site today. But thank you so much. You're so kind. And I did want to email you. If you can email me or WhatsApp me, because I think I'm in some of the groups you're in, and give me your address, please, because I want to send something to you. But thank you so much. And like I said, we was massively pumping your shop on Monday, so I will put the link again in the community page. But I can't thank you enough. You're so cool. Lovely present to open. I thought it was a gift that I bought for someone, and then I opened it and it was a gift for us. It was amazing. So thank you. And thanks for the super chat, of course. Twisted says, have Spurs turned a corner?
Yes, 100%. 100%. If you watch the team, they've definitely turned a corner, right? I'm not saying we're going to win every game, right? I'm not. We are going to lose some games, right? But we've turned a corner. You can tell with the football. You can tell with the players. It looks different. Well, I like all licks as well. It's just they look different to me the last few games, And cheers, Moon Dog.
Very generous super chat saying You both brighten my day. I was going to do Polar Express for Jim.
I still think I've seen it.
We've actually established that if Jimbo has actually seen it, he watched it on his own, which is a little bit disturbing that Jim just decided one day to watch Polar Express on his own.
I sometimes when you're out, I flick through, right? And I see something catches my eye and I'll just sit and watch it. I definitely watched it.
But Moondog, thank you again. No, you don't have to keep doing super chats, but it's massively appreciated. It does help the channel and pay for all the bloody stuff that goes into it. So thank you. But Jim, I agree. I think Spurs have turned a corner to an extent. I think you can see there's relationships building in the squad. I think you can see a style of play emerging. I think you can see improvement in the likes of Archie Gray's definitely improved. Odebert's improving. Xavi's improving. Someone else I was going to say, Mawani looks sharp. Richarlison looks sharp as well. So I think I hate saying we've turned a corner because then if we lose our next 3 games, you look like a bit of a mushroom. But I'm seeing green shoots. Things are looking better for sure. And yeah, it was lovely to see Frank, relaxed and talking about the players and speaking so highly of Sonny as well. Do you know what, that bloody film? I'm going to have to watch it. There's films I've got to see. Polar Express is one because I've never seen it. The Grinch is one because I've never seen it. The Holidays one because I've never seen it. They're 3 that have been recommended to me that I've got to watch. But there's a new one at the Pictures. Can't remember what it's called. A new Christmas film with Dan. No, that's on Sky. That's not the one. I said, it's on Sky. But this is Danny Dyer as well. Let me just look because I want to see that as well. It's called Christmas Karma, and it's kind of like Christmas Carol, but it's got Danny Dyer in it and some other people. So there's a few films. Oh, Coconut Mushrooms. Twisted, are you in the UK? Because I can send you a link to a shop that does them. Does all the traditional sweets. There's 2 actually shops that I use. So if you're in the UK, obviously you're in the WhatsApp group with me. I'll send you the link. Yeah, London. And you can order online and they send you, and we've had loads of sweets from there. They do all the old-fashioned sweets. But coconut mushrooms, I love them. Oh, I love them. And of course, the obligatory Christmas film that is Die Hard, even though it's been de-Christmasized and announced that it isn't.
By who?
I don't know who actually de-Christmasized it.
It's a Christmas film.
I think it's everyone's perception. If you want to think it's a Christmas film, then, crack on. If you don't, then don't. No problem. I'll send it to you today, Twisted. The Grinch animated is better than the non-animated, in my opinion. Polar Express is very good, ask Jimbo. But the Muppets is a classic. Yeah, Muppets Christmas Carol is brilliant. I've seen that so many times. There's some great Christmas films. I still like Scrooged with Bill Murray. I think that's a great film. Griswolds, what's that called? National Lampoons, Arthur Christmas. There's so many good films. And we haven't watched one yet, but William's girlfriend is coming over and we're going to watch Elf for sure. It's a great film, though. Groundhog Day too, yeah, 100%. I think Bruce Willis said Die Hard isn't a Christmas film, even though it blatantly is. Thing is, if a film's got people dying off the top of buildings and shooting, is it a Christmas film? But then again, I think Gremlins is a Christmas film, and that's quite nasty in places with people getting eaten. So I suppose, yeah. Some great Christmas films, yeah, 100%. Even A Wonderful Life, White Christmas, the traditional ones that my gramps used to watch were excellent. When I went on the terrace last night, Jimbo, to speak to Terry, he gushed. He said that he had the game on with no sound, but he said he was really impressed again with Mohamed Kudus. How much of a gem have we got? I mean, someone said in the group chat that he's mid. How anyone can say he's mid is beyond me.
No, you don't know what's going to happen when he's on the ball. That's the thing with him. Right. I mean, sometimes he's got 4 players around him and you think, oh my God, he's going to lose that. And he comes out with the ball. I mean, it's like he's glued to his foot sometimes. Yeah. They're the players. We've always had a player like that at Tottenham.
It gets you out your seat.
Yeah, as far back as I can remember, we've had a player like that, and it kind of went stale, didn't it? We never got one, and now we've got one back.
And Xavi, Xavi's a bit like that as well. Not quite as much, but
can't talk to you about Xavi because I'm his biggest fan. But kudos. You just don't know what's going to happen with him, and he's passionate about the club already. You can see that. He's only been here a few months, and he loves Tottenham.
Yeah.
So, please may he be here for a long, long time. Xavi as well. Xavi signed until 2030,
Yes.
I would be signing him up to a new contract already. I wouldn't let him go.
Kudos for me. He's getting better with every game, growing in confidence and showing what he can do. Yeah, and I think I know this is such a cliche, but I think he is a Tottenham player, like a Tottenham type player, like Jim said.
We've always had one.
Yeah, the flair player.
We never had one for ages, and now we've got one again.
Yeah, I agree. I think he's getting better, but I do think that Odebert, he had that right back in notch yesterday. I think he's kind of half cemented his place on the left until anyone else steps up. But I like the fact that Tell come on and like I say, I think he brought something a little bit different when he came on. I have got high hopes for Tell. Really like Kudus' strength and dribbling. Yeah. 100%. Ellie, big up to you, my love. Says it's 5:10 in the morning here. Come on, you Spurs. I ended up missing the entire first half. Well, yeah, it was nice to watch a game and not be stressed out and just feel exactly. Just feel like we're in control. So yeah, it was good. Ian says Kudus is a good player. He can dribble, low centre of gravity, strong, but he has to learn where to pass the ball when there's no other option. Yeah, well, players learn all the time, don't they? That's what, being a footballer or doing any job is all about. Next up, we have got Dortmund at home, which I think is in January 20th or something. It's a long way away. Let me have a quick look.
I think we got a good record against Dortmund, anyway.
20th of Jan. Well, how did that stay in my mind? Yeah, 20th of Jan, we've got Dortmund away. No, Dortmund at home. And then the 28th of Jan, we've got Frankfurt away. So we've got a good record against Frankfurt. So, you've got to feel a little bit confident going into those games, providing we can keep players fit over the Christmas period. Wayne says Kudus' penalties was good as well. We have good attacking talent at our club and a good defence to back it up. Mid's good, but can be improved on. Twisted says, I still think you need a David Ginola type player to control things. Everyone needs a David Ginola type player. Yeah, we're not the finished article. We're a long way off, but like I say, it's green shoots. It's green shoots. Looking forward to the Dortmund game. Yeah, it will be a good one. Dan says, I hope Kudus will get better, but to me, I think he tends to go missing in games against Newcastle. Thought he was lazy and it worries me. I don't want him to become Endom Kudus, but I like Mawani and Xavi. Dan, he's a bit worried that Kudus can get a bit lazy and goes missing. I have heard that. You're not the first person that said that to me.
Yeah, we played Dortmund 4 times and won 4 times.
Oh, that's good.
Scored 9 goals and they've scored 2.
That's good.
I thought we had a good record against them.
Do you worry that he's going to become Endom Kudus?
Oh.
Kudus? Yeah.
No, not in a million years.
Dan says that he tends to go missing. Dan says he tends to go missing in big games like Newcastle. He was lazy and it worries him.
Well, he's not been here that long, Dan. I think we've got to still, and he hasn't been blessed with a team that's been flying. So no, I don't think in one, you can't even talk about them two in the same breath. It's an insult to talk about Kudus and Dembele in the same breath. There isn't a player in the Spurs team you could talk about in the same breath as Dembele. I'm sorry, he's a disgrace to football.
He is an absolute disgrace. Absolute disgrace. And I agree. He was an expensive nightmare. And the thing was, on his debut, when he scored, he looked like, we was all like, oh, he's a real baller. This guy looks really good. And then I just don't know what happened. That was just.
Hey, what summed it up as well is I saw Levy got him in his office and had a chat with him, and I watched it. They put it on YouTube, and if anyone gets a chance, you should look it up. Levy's pulling on Dembele when he was struggling into his office. He was in his office, and you could see that he didn't give a shit.
Yeah,
He just didn't give a shit. You could tell, even with Levy talking to him. I despise him as a footballer. He's probably a nice guy, but as a footballer, I despise him. He's everything that a footballer shouldn't be.
Dan says Bergvall was making runs and Kudus would stop. Bergvall was on his own. I felt sorry for Bergvall.
Yeah.
I didn't notice that. Do you want to know the truth?
But look, let's not slaughter him yet, Dan. Let's give him because I also think you've got to look at the whole team as well. But I think that I love him. I'm glad he's in our club.
Obviously, we've got Mawani on loan, Jimbo. Someone said, I think Sean said that he thinks we could buy him for around 40 mil. You think that's what we should be doing?
Well, I look, it's early days with him, but we've started to see glimpses now of what he can do. You know, it's not just he needs to score. He needs to score goals, obviously, but he's off the ball and he's always in there, and he does worry defenses, that's for sure. So look, I think it's a bit early to tell, but he looks like he's coming on well.
Yeah, I like the look of him. I thought he was good when he came on yesterday. I think he's got to start scoring a few more goals, but. Yeah, I like him. I'm not against buying him by any stretch of the imagination, but I think my biggest take from yesterday is that Xavi is showing why we bought him. We said it against Brentford, and I think to see him carry on that sort of form, and like you say, he looks like a child, but when he sort of scores, his face literally lights up. He could never play poker.
Yeah.
We could never ever play poker. So, but yeah, it seems like a really nice kid as well. Watch the interviews after the game. He seems like a lovely young man. So, long may it continue with Xavi. I see Mawani looks like a good run out and tries to do things. I think he's got class about him. Yeah, I agree. Wayne says Ndombele was a disgrace to the Spurs shirt and football in general. A lazy mercenary, only interested in the money, had talent but pissed it away. Yeah, and do you know what? That's what's so. People would kill to have talent like that, and he just pissed it up the wall. And it's kind of a bit like, in fact, it's not like this, but I feel the same about Dele Alli. But I think with Dele, he just got involved in the wrong crowd and led down the wrong path. Whereas Ndombele is just a lazy twat. And a mercenary is probably the right word. That was just a disaster, wasn't it?
I've never seen a footballer so lazy as him.
No, I think Adebayor got a bit lazy when we gave him a contract, but still, nowhere near like Ndombele.
No, and he scored goals.
It's like when they subbed Ndombele off and we were losing, he walked off the pitch and he got booed off because he should be running off, trying to, we need to get a goal back, and he just walked off all slow. There was no way back after that. Mawani's wages apparently around 150 grand at PSG. I might be wrong. Seems lower than I thought.
He was up for sale, Mawani, at one time for 95 million.
Yeah. I think he'll want to stay. I think he might want to stay. I mean, I know Brian Daigle said, will he want us? But he seems quite settled. And like Paul G said earlier, you've got Mawani, you've got Tell, and you've got... Who was the other French player he said? I don't know who he said now.
But they seem like if you watch the training, I watch a lot of their training.
Odebert, sorry.
If you watch a lot of their training, you can see that they're really good friends, all of them.
Mm.
They're always having a laugh. And
like Richie when he went down on the floor and Mawani went to pick him up and then pushed him back down.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see that they're all good friends and they're close. And that's a really important part of it, Kate. That they're a proper unit, and I think these players are becoming a proper unit.
Yeah, I agree. Like I say, I think relationships are being formed, and that's what you need. But yeah, I agree with Dan. Not Dan, Paul, who said that Moani, Odebertel, all French, might develop something good there. Yeah. Oh, Basuma, Balloona. What a knobhead that is.
Super balloon.
I hope they terminate his contract and don't give him a penny piece. He's brought the club into disrepute again. He's a blooming fool as a professional footballer. You know, someone said to me, if that, you know, is it really that big a deal? Yeah, he's a professional athlete. He's paid hundreds of thousands of pounds.
He's a talent that's wasted because he can play football. He was the talk of the Premiership when he was at Brighton.
Yeah.
And when we got him off, I thought we were so lucky to get him.
He's shown us what he can do, but it's been very few and far between.
At Brighton, he was man of the match most games when he was there.
Yeah,
he was phenomenal.
That was the Morecambe FA Cup game. He did that walk slowly around the pitch, even clapped the fans for some reason. He lost a lot of support that day, and Conte was the gaffer. That's it. That's the one. So yeah, I think fans. The one thing us as fans want to see is we want to see fight. We want to see effort. And Ndombele never did that. Rip Basuma's contract out and let him rot looking for another team. Basuma is the idiot version of Ndombele. What was you going to say, Jim?
Well, we're seeing that in the team now, the fight.
Yeah.
You know, like when you compare playing Arsenal to how they played the last three games, you can't compare it. They look like frightened little kids against Arsenal.
Yeah,
they look like that they've got that chest about them now.
Yeah, I must say, Lars, I've got to just say that when Sonny got his presentation, he came off the pitch. To see him cuddle Maddison literally warmed my heart. They're like proper best buds. And the Ben Davis photo of him and Ben Davis, he said best friends reunited or something. It's just so cute. And Madders put a story on Instagram of his two kids watching the match with their Sonny shirts on. Just so sweet, you know. He's just, I saw his little face and his smile, and you realise how much we miss him. And even though I think him going was exactly the right time and the right thing, still miss him at Spurs because he just brings that sparkle, Sonny. It's that smile. And you could just see how much the fans and the players love him. But yeah, Madder's looking well. I thought Solanke looked like he lived in a bin. He looked so scruffy. But yeah, Madders looked well, I thought.
He was on the pitch in training yesterday, Madders, in his kit. He wasn't actually training with them, but he was he had his training stuff on. So I should think he'd been working in the gym. But he was talking to Frank and they had a cuddle. So hopefully he'll be back in the very near future. He's walking well.
You know, the other thing, when we watched Monday Night Football, Madders' stats are unreal.
Yeah.
I didn't realise how good his stats are.
Since he's been in the Premier League, he's the top free kick taker since he's been in the Premier League.
Yeah, not of all time, because Bex was
not of all time, but since he's been in there, he's the number one. Since he's been in. He's ninth on the list of all time.
Yeah, but he can get 3 more to go up to third. That's right.
Yeah, if he gets 3 more, he goes up to third. Right, he's on 9, Beckham's on 18, and Ward-Prowse is on 17, and there's some in between on 12. He can go up to third. He can take the record. I mean, how old's Madders now? Was he 27, 28?
Something like that.
So if he gets back and he has a good run, he could definitely get up there.
He's 29.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, I think.
I would imagine he's going to get up to third.
Yeah, it was nice to see him on Monday Night Football. Luton Dan says, I thought Vicario looked okay yesterday, but against Fulham, I thought he looked like Dobby from Harry Potter. But again, confidence is key. Do you know what I will say about Vicario? No matter whether we win, lose, whether the performance is good or bad, he's always the one that will talk to the media after the game and hold and take accountability. I've got a lot of respect for him for that. But yeah, I thought he's looked I thought he was good against Brentford. I thought he was good last night. I still like him very much, but part of me thinks we could do better as a first choice goalkeeper. But then other times I watch him and think I'm being too hard on him. So I'm not sure. Do you think he's worthy? Yeah.
I like him, yeah, and I think that the more confident the team gets, the more confidence he'll get.
Mm.
So there was one time he come out to punch the ball, and one of their players jumped into him, and we got a foul. But I think we was a little bit lucky there because he weren't getting the ball. I can tell you that now. So he was lucky he was fouled. But look, it's such a confidence game. If you're playing well, your defence is playing well, and you're scoring goals and winning games, he'll get more confident. Of course he will. But when you're losing and your back four's leaking goals and making mistakes, you know, Jimmy, your back four's making mistakes, it's harder for him to be confident.
Yeah. Big up Ian Ferguson. Good to see you, my love. I hope you are well. I've just realised, sitting here, that I am absolutely frigging starving. I only had party rings for breakfast, those little biscuits. Yeah. I'm so hungry. But yeah, obviously, Jimbo, we've got Forest away on Sunday. Feeling confident for that one?
Yes, I am very confident.
What, because of how Spurs are playing, or because of how Forest are playing, or both?
Both, a bit of both. I think Spurs have hit that. I've turned that corner where they're a better team together now, and they've been playing a lot more confident. And they lost 3-0 the other day, Forest, didn't they? Yeah. You know, I'm not going to say it's going to be a walkover, but I think that we'll beat them comfortable.
Yeah, I think we'll win, actually. Obviously, we're not doing the pump up, but I'm quite confident against the Forest game. Obviously, our away form's pretty decent, so we should be beating Forest, really. The only thing is Sean Dyche at Forest?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the only thing. He definitely makes them harder to beat, but yeah, I think.
Who beat them 3-0 the other day? Someone beat them 3-0.
I haven't got my pad up here, but yeah, you're right, they did. Was it Everton?
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, you're right.
I can't have Wolfie chirping at me if we lose to Forest. So, but yeah, I'm quite confident about that. Big game tonight, huge game. Obviously, there's a few Champions League games, but I think everyone will agree that the big match tonight is Real Madrid versus Manchester City. Not only because it's Real Madrid versus Manchester City, which is massive in itself, but the Real Madrid board have basically come out and said that if Real Madrid don't beat Manchester City, they are going to sack Xabi Alonso, which I know a lot of Liverpool fans would rip your arm off for Xabi Alonso at the minute. But I mean, Jimbo, he's only been there since the summer. He's not had the best run of form, but when you look at what he did at Bayer Leverkusen, where he got them to win the title for the first time in whatever, do you think it's too harsh or do you think it's just because he's at Real Madrid and they don't suffer losses?
Do you know what, Kate? I'm going to be totally honest with you. I know that Real Madrid is something like 6th in the league, 6th or 7th. It was only because I had the sound off on Sky Sports and it popped up on the screen. I think they're in 6th or 7th. I know nothing about how they're doing this season, what their results have been, and I know nothing about how he's been. So very hard for me to comment. But the thing is with a team like Real Madrid, is they don't suffer fools, do they?
No.
If you ain't doing it, you ain't staying there. That's for a player. I mean, look at Bale, what he did for them. And he had a few bad games. And they turned on him like anything. So, but as far as how they're doing this season, I haven't followed any of their games, so I can't really comment on that. But as I said, if you're not doing it there, you're going to be out the door. They expect to be 1 or 2, don't they? Every year.
What's your score prediction for Real Madrid, Man City?
I think City will win. I'm going to go. Is it where's it at? Real Madrid?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not sure. I'm going to go 2-2 at Real Madrid. If it was at City, I would have got City to win.
I'm actually going to do Real Madrid. I think Real Madrid will beat them tonight. I'm going to go for 3-1. Then you've got Club Brugge versus Arsenal. Ugh. How do you see that one going, Jimbo?
5-0 Club Brugge.
Subdued says City win 3-2. I just got a feeling Real Madrid will do them tonight. Club Brugge Arsenal, I'm going to go for a 2-1 Arsenal win. But I hope they lose massively. Thing is with Bale, he would be substituted on and score a world-class goal. I know, and he'd still get untold amounts of criticism.
Yeah, he walked on the Champions League final, didn't he? And they were up against it in that game, and he walked on there and scored 2 worldies.
Yeah, Gunners losing 10-0. Oh, wouldn't that be nice? And the other game with an English club is Bayer Leverkusen versus Newcastle, Jimbo.
Well, I don't really look the Arsenal game. I don't really know enough about Club Brugge, right, to say the score there. But obviously, I would hope that Club Brugge would win. But probably they don't stand out in my head as a fantastic team. So I would think Arsenal are going to win. But
Yeah.
what's the other Bayer Leverkusen
Versus Newcastle.
That'd be a good game, wouldn't it?
Tough game.
Does he mean Bayer Leverkusen or?
Yes, Bayer Leverkusen.
Yeah, that should be a good game. I know a little bit about them. So that's Newcastle away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go Club Brugge to win that. Bayer Leverkusen to win that.
What score?
I'm going to go 2-1.
Yeah, I'm going to go 3 or 4. Yeah, I'm going to go 3-1. I think they'll win that. Twisted says, do you think City will rotate heavily as they play Palace at the weekend?
No, I don't think they'll rotate heavily.
No, I don't think heavily, but I do think there'll be some rotation. I mean, that's a tough game, City against Palace, but they can't afford to drop points if they're going to sit up Arsenal's arse.
I don't think it'd be a tough game for City.
No?
No. No, I watched Palace the other day. They didn't impress me massively. They had a couple of really good spells in the game where they scored, but they played Fulham, didn't they? And I thought that if Fulham would have been on their game, Fulham would have won. They didn't impress me at all, and I think City will rip them to pieces.
Well, I hope that City win. I don't care about. I don't care about tonight, the Champions League particularly, but I do hope that they carry on winning in the league because we don't want a title race. Obviously, Twisted says, I agree, Palace don't impress at the minute.
No.
I thought you was a Palace fan, Twisted.
Huh?
I thought Twisted was a Palace fan.
I don't know, but they I wasn't impressed with them at all.
I forgot what I was going to bloody say now. Oh, poo.
He said, I am.
I thought you were. I can't bloody remember what I was going to say. Oh, yeah, and Villa. I can't rule out Villa either in the title race. I think people that rule out Villa are not only disingenuous because they've got as much chance, but I think also it's really disrespectful to Aston Villa and to Emery, who's a very experienced manager, and they've got a lot of experience in their team.
Look, the thing with Villa, right, I think Villa are a really, really good team. And when I watched them play Arsenal, I was massively impressed, right, with some of their football. I thought some of their football was sublime. But Villa, I mean, and my best mate Frank's a Villa fan. And he says,
Frankie.
He says this to me all the time, that sometimes Villa just don't turn up. And they
start really slow and put themselves on the back foot.
Villa's a big thing of how they start. But he says sometimes Villa can go a few games where they just don't turn up. That's the only thing that worries me about them. But as a team, as a whole team, I think they're really impressive. I think they got some outstanding players. And some of their passages of football against Arsenal, I thought was sublime. I really did.
Sorry, Dan, I know I keep yawning. A, I am shattered. We've gone to bed late so much this week. I'm going to be late again tonight, and I really am tired. And B, I haven't eaten. And when I haven't eaten, it makes me really sleepy as well. So I apologise for yawning. It's very rude. Everyone bigs Emery up, but honestly, would you have him at your club? Yes.
He's one. I wouldn't have him over Frank.
No, but I'd have him at our club. If we was looking for a manager, I would have taken him all day long.
He wins trophies. I mean, I don't know how many trophies he's won. Have a look, Kate, but he's won a lot of trophies. So he is a manager that wins trophies. And
he has won 11.
Yeah.
3 consecutive with Seville, 1 with Villarreal, and several domestic honours with PSG. 2 French Cups, 2 League Cups, 2 Super Cups. He's known as the Europa League King for his unparalleled success in the competition, making him the most successful coach ever in the tournament.
Yeah, he's a man who knows how to win trophies, and he knows how to build a team up as well.
That right there is why Villa are favourites for the Europa League as well.
And have a look at his record against Arsenal. His record against Arsenal is fantastic. That's why when the other day I heard Arsenal fans were like it was a foregone conclusion they were going to win. I was thinking, you obviously don't know your club because he's got a very good record against Arsenal.
Yeah, exactly. If Villa had won their first few games, they'd be clearing at the top of the league. They've started so slow. But yeah, I agree with Ian. I would take Emery all day long. Yeah, but does that really matter if he's winning trophies?
Yeah,
I mean,
what's he been in England? He's been in England with Arsenal for a few months, and they got rid of him, didn't give him a chance. And he's been with Villa, right?
Yeah.
And how long's he been with Villa?
A few years, isn't it? 5
years? I don't think it's as long as that, is it?
Well, yeah, didn't he take the Villa job when he left Arsenal?
Not straight away, I don't think.
Hang on.
But look, they're a team that are starting to. They're a regular top 6 team now.
Oh, 3 years.
Yeah, they're a regular. Yeah, and it takes time, you know. And they're a regular top 6 team now. When you think of top 6 teams, you think of Villa, right in there.
Big up, Colin.
They've had some good cup runs.
Big up Tim before Timbuktu. Big up Kate and Jimbo. By the way, I was 3 years old when Villa won their last trophy. Look at this picture. Look, Sonny and Danso. How cute is that? So sweet. Own goal, 2 pens. Sounds as if we were lucky, but we played well. Yes, we did play well. Big up Beyond 72 says, I like Emery, but when things aren't going well, he reminds me of Alan Partridge. What was you going to say, Jim? I don't think we was lucky. We played well and we deserved the penalties because they were penalties. The own goal, if he hadn't have headed that in, there was a player behind him that was going to put it in anyway. I think Glasner's an excellent manager. I don't think he'll be staying at Palace.
No, Glasner's a top coach, isn't he? I mean, when was the last time Palace won a trophy?
Yeah.
They won 2.
Exactly. Right, I've got to go. My son's coming round and I've got to meet him so much. I've got to go meet him. So much love and enjoy the rest of your stream. Big up, Dan. Take care. Have a nice day with your son. Always good to see you. But yeah, like I say, I do highly rate Unai Emery, and I think he comes across as quite a good guy. Good evening. Colin says, what about their fans, loud and proud? Do you know what?
Yeah, what?
I was saying to Jim, at the end of the match, Slavia Prague players came out and knelt in front of their fans, and their fans sung. And they haven't won a game. I wrote it down.
17 years away, isn't it, in the Champions League?
I'm just looking. Slavia Prague are yet to win in the Champions League this season. And I think it's 17 years since they've won an away game in the Champions League. But their fans they say they just like the fact that they're even there. And that's what fandom should be about, supporting your team no matter what. They were so loud.
There was a lot of them.
Yeah, and they didn't stop singing, and the fact that players come out and knelt in front of them, just absolutely brilliant.
As many fans there, right, as any away team that's come to our ground. It was just they were packed in there.
Yeah, it's just a shame, and I get it because it was midweek and it's expensive and blah blah blah. That it wasn't a full house, mainly because of Sonny. If Sonny had said goodbye to the fans at 3:00 on a Saturday, it would have probably been a full house. But I think Emery's the second best manager in the league after Pep. I think he's up there. I would, definitely say he's definitely up there. His trophies don't lie at the end of the day, and he's got quite a few of them. But anything else you want to talk about, Jim, before we go? Because I tell you what, I am starving.
It's that wonderful Tottenham are, and we're European champions.
Yes, we are. Oh, where's mine? It is. It's funny talking about being European champions. No word of Ange getting a job anywhere, is there?
No.
Maybe if it takes some time away.
I think he was offered 2 jobs. I think he was offered to go back to Celtic. And he was offered another job as well. But they said there's talk of him coming back to the Premiership, I read online the other day. I don't know who with. I don't know. But they said there's a possibility a third club in the Premiership is going to offer him a job in the near future.
I have no idea who that could possibly be. I've got to
Don't
put it in there. Maybe it's Leeds.
Don't disange. Look at the trophy.
Look, I've got it's who we are, mate. You haven't even got that, so I'm definitely not dissing it.
I never forget who won that trophy.
Maybe Leeds, because they're looking at possibly Daniel Farker departing. Oh, that'd be so funny. If Leeds got Ange.
Yeah, the way they play football and Ange going in there, that'd be a right upheaval, wouldn't it?
Bloody hell. Look, I'm going to end it there. I'm sorry to be ending it a bit early, but I am starving. It's hit me, and I literally feel like I haven't eaten for a month. So I need to eat something desperately. We are back on Friday at 12:30 for the Premier League predictions with Chang, and hopefully Jess will be back this week if she's better. Ben is live at 2. This will redirect you there, so make sure you smash a like and grab something to eat or drink if you want to watch some chilled chat. No pump up for us this week either because Jose's doing it. But yeah, we are back Friday at 12:30. So enjoy the game tonight.
Monday?
Yeah, why would it not be?
Because I don't know about William's girlfriend, what's going on there.
Yeah, hopefully Monday. But definitely Friday, whatever. We confirm Monday on Friday. Enjoy the game. Whatever game you watch tonight, I think personally Real Madrid, Man City is the best of the bunch. Jimbo, go on, you can finish the show.
Kicked their arse last night. 3-0. 2-0, 3-0, 3-0, because I said 4-0, didn't I?
And I said 2-0.
And on Saturday, my dog's coming now. And on Saturday, I'm getting attacked by a killer Labrador. And on Saturday, is it? Saturday, when we're playing Saturday?
Yeah, hold on 1 second. Massive big up Paul G for being a member for 19 months and Samoon Dog for the 2 super chats. Sorry, I forgot to add that in. Go on, Jim, I'll let you finish.
And on Sunday, it's going to be another win. So that's going to be a draw and 3 wins on a row. We will beat the Forest without any doubt. We will go up there and we'll smash them, and we're going to have Wolfie crying his tears of losing to Katie on the terrace. Come on, Spurs.
Giving opinions with no regret, smashing the top bins, back in the onion net, talking the talk with Kate and Jim, and walking the walk, just listen in. The perfect match, Kate and Jim, getting at it. Kate and Jim are gonna smash it. Reviews, previews, opinions and laughter, mix and transfer news, it's what you're after. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. Jimbo always keeps a positive spin, while Kate's Mickey has a name dropping. Gets you out of the blue like Lenny, stop robbing, or she's just flip-flopping. Hell, this place is popping. perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match.